2:45, and it's all the way live with the JB and Benny Blue Review live stream for your watching and listening pleasure. That confused man to my left, maybe your right, is one Jeremy Eugene Bridges III, Esquire. I'm your man, Benny Blue. It's episode 245 of the review. We are back, bitches. That is right. Oh, JB's cutting out already, but of course we got our guy, money-making Mitchell Hughes, joining us here on the episode, baby. And coming up, oh, Birdgang fans, I know it's painful. I know it's been a rough one, but damn it, we got to get into it with some State of the Birdgang for the final time of the 2022 NFL season, as well as some NFL Week 18 recap, including a new patented segment designed just by Mitch that might ruffle some feathers of some of the teams and fans of teams that are going to be in the playoffs this weekend and going forward. And of course, some wild card weekend goddamn savage picks. If you haven't already, please make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue for all your social media needs, and make sure to subscribe on YouTube for exclusive content, clips from the show that you may have missed, and rebroadcast of this goddamn fine savage recording. New live stream time, you know the business, 6:30 Pacific, 7:30 AZ time, and 9:30 Eastern time. So you can catch us live on Wednesdays. Follow JB and I individually, JB at 73, King JB 73, and yours truly at Benny Blue Eyes. And yes, we're on TikTok, and no, JB, I'm not doing any stupid ass dances. We are on TikTok at JB and Benny Blue, so please make sure to follow us. Of course, we are part of the casualsports.com family cast around Arizona. You can find the bus out of Phoenix. Listen, man, if you still want our podcast, our melodious voices, as JB might say, $1 hot dollar, just one. You're spending that on feet pics on OnlyFans. Why don't you give it to your boys? Help Mitch out. We're going to help him move out of Bullhead City in parts unknown to give him a nice little apartment from our Patreon. That's patreon.com/JB and Benny Blue. And of course, for all hate, love mail, new music, all that stuff, please make sure to get at us, JB and Benny Blue Review at gmail.com, baby. And of course, you see the goddamn shirt we're repping here with the boys. That's the Valley Boys Association. Go to valleyboysassociation.com and use code podcast22 for 20% off your order at checkout. They will hook you up. They got the fresh gear for the winter. I'm still waiting on my package from JB, by the way, but we're going to make sure that comes in the mail. Of course, tap with those guys, Valley Boys Association Clothing. And of course, if you need a new whip, tap in with our guy. It's timtobuy.com. If you need a new or pre-owned vehicle, text review to 515-444-7003, or make sure to DM him at It's Tim to Buy on Instagram or Facebook, and he will get you into the car of your dreams. Watch Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. Please make sure to drop in a comment or a question. So, hey, make sure just to get at us, and I promise we'll bring you up to speed. And oh, is Jeremy Bridges joining us back? And there he is. Oh, can he hear us? Can he see us? Are you live? Are you there?
I'm here. Oh, yeah, I'm here. I am here.
We got you in the flesh.
Can you not hear me?
Okay. Well, we shall do our best. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can see you. That's right. Let's give him some claps for that. Jeremy Bridges is back on his own show. We're back here on the review. He's hot spotting. We're doing our best with the internet. We apologize for the technical difficulties last week. All right, gentlemen. Now we can hear you. Now we can see you. Dr. Bridges, how are you feeling? We got playoff football coming up. What's the deal? Talk to the people.
I'm excited about it, man. You know what I'm saying? A couple of things happened I didn't think would happen. I honestly didn't think that Detroit would beat Green Bay. But there's a sense of satisfaction that it happened, right? You know what I'm saying? Because my guy is happy. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. My brother's happy. The Detroit Kitties, you know what I'm saying, handling their business. And it's a good thing. You know, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because we already talked about the fact that, you know, we all felt like they were going to be dangerous towards the end of the year. But I just felt like a hot Green Bay team would beat them later in the game. Well, we had some dumb shit that happened with a couple of the Green Bay players. I don't know, you know, what the fuck that's about. But, you know, low football IQ is all I can say, right? not knowing situational football, not having leaders on the field speaking up and saying, hey, don't do no dumb shit because we got them right where we want them, right? But dumb shit occurred. They took the L. But other than that, man, of course, you know what I'm saying, it's always exciting, you know what I'm saying, to see first round of the playoffs. Who's going to take them first round exits? I got a couple ideas myself. But other than that, hey, it's going to be exciting, man. Football is right where we want it. And, of course, we're hosting the Super Bowl right here in the Valley of the Sun. It's getting O2 real, as you guys see me on my Instagram, you know what I'm saying, and of course, on our podcast Instagram, you know what I'm saying, you see me out in these streets doing things for the Super Bowl. And there's more to come, right? I'm
yes, we did see that.
Sliding through a couple parties, doing a couple walkthroughs, you know what I'm saying? Anybody when I walk through, you know what I'm saying? So doing a couple of them, you know what I'm saying? Getting a couple of duckies, you know what I'm saying, for walking through and just being this big, handsome son bitch I am, you know what I'm saying? You were watching episode 245? Question mark? 245 all the way live. Yeah. Hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? Benny, I don't know if you did all that the other intro shit with Tim Dubai and
I did.
Boys. I did. Good. Well, I'm wearing a Valley Boy shirt as you can see right now. So shout out to Zach and Cody. We got a delivery coming. They oofed our delivery. The last one they tried to buy that. Just look at my boy VBAing it up. They brought me a Mitch, we're gonna get you some Valley Boy shirt so you don't feel left out.
Mitch, we're gonna get you laced. Don't worry.
Right, we got you, though. Don't worry about it. We got you, though. So Benny, look, Cody dropped off a package to me, right? But my sweater and my package was 1X and yours was an L. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the shirts is a medium. I'm like, who the fuck y'all think we are? Like, come on, man.
Like, I would love, by the way, Mitch, I would love to watch JB squeeze into a medium. I would just love to watch him put a medium and listen to it go.
You guys go and bring up OnlyFans. JB could totally have an OnlyFans that's trying to fit into medium shirts, I think.
It should be called Only
Oh,
medium,
my
right?
God. That's a fetish for another day. Mitch, I'm kicking you out of the stream. Holy shit.
Right. Fuck
oh, my God.
This is where your mind goes. We
wasted enough time already.
We did. It's my fault.
It's sick mind out in the middle of nowhere. So, look. Hey. Now, JB, you're talking about the desert. We did see. Make sure to follow us at JB and Benny Blue to see that exclusive content where you spent time with the kiddies and your brothers in arms from the BG. Speaking of the BG, we love this guy. He is the co-host of Easy Sports Talk on our network, KSRN Arizona Casual Sports.com. He is the co-host of Believe in the Arizona Cardinals on our network, Ben, and God damn it, he is an international man of mystery. Give it up for our guy and yours, Mr. Javon J. Love Adams. Mr. Adams, how are we doing today, sir?
Yeah,
welcome to the stream.
Forgive that stuff in the background. That's how we do it sometimes when we got to clean up afterwards and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how we do it.
That's life, man. You know, that's life.
Would you go to T-Mobile?
I have one question for you, Javon. Is that like
T-Mobile from Sprint to T-Mobile? That's what's up.
Well, welcome to the 21st century. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was doing Sprint when I was in college, dog. Like, the fuck?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mitch, what was your question for Mr. Adams?
Javon already answered it. I was going to make fun of his T-Mobile pillow, but he beat me to it.
I'm guilty.
Oh, okay.
I'm guilty.
Well, Mr. Adams, it's been a minute. We appreciate you joining us, and of course, we're going to plug all your shows here throughout this fine episode. But if you're boys, we are putting an end to the Arizona Cardinals 2022 season, and to start us off, JB is going to deliver a eulogy, Mr. Adams, if you will. So, without further ado, JB, with the special music that I'm going to cue up right now that I know you'll appreciate, please bury the 2022 Arizona Cardinals, Mr. Bridges.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of a not so fortunate football team, right? The epitome of mediocrity, or below that, if you will. 4-13 is all we got. That's all we had. 4-13, ladies and gentlemen, right? And my coach at times didn't know where the hell he was at, right? Deer in headlights doesn't describe the looks that we saw on this man's face. It was more like deer in cocaine, right? Eyes popping out the back of his head, nose slightly red at the bottom, and confusion when he picked up that play card sheet to see what he needed to call next. Sad stuff, guys. All right. We're a season where we lost our little quarterback. Yes, we lost our little quarterback. All right. Poor little fella ran out there and running for his life, made a cut, and lost his ACL. This is the epitome. This is indicative of our season. This is what we had to go through. We had to endure, Cardinal fans. And we did. And we endured it toughly. And we never stopped loving our Cardinals through thick and thin. So today, a couple of great things have happened from the 2022 season. One not so great in my eye. Steve kind of stepped down for health reasons. Steve, we wish you the best. Right? You know you're my guy, right? Get healthy, right? Cliff Kingsbury, how about $20 million and get the fuck out? All right? Win-win? I don't know. But you still get to keep that nice-ass house out there in Paradise Valley if you want. The snow house, if you will. The White House, the other White House. All right? And we go forward as an Arizona Cardinals family football team. But today, we put to rest our 2022/2023 Arizona Cardinals. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Amen.
Well said.
Man.
Well said.
Man.
Wow, I'm moved.
That was heartfelt.
I'm moved.
That was rough.
The fact that
Is it cool if I jump in real quick?
Yes.
I gotta ask JB, man. So you gotta know when you got a coach talking to you, no matter what position it is, head coach, position coach, if they don't know what's going on. Right? I mean, because watching Hard Knocks in season was, all right, so y'all got it, cool, we do, you got it? All we need to do is get better, you know what we need to do, and he was out before somebody could ask a question. I just wonder, man. I mean, it just seems as he was over his, he was over his head, like, right from the beginning. But I just want to know, you've been in those locker rooms, man. You can tell, you can smell it, right?
So unfortunately, I've dealt with a lot of coaches like that, and unfortunately, they've all been with the Cardinals. Not all of them, because I did go to Washington when Zorn was the head coach, and that was a complete clusterfuck. All right, man, this dude was like, he was like Mr. Coach Klein for real. Like, that's who he was basically, but he wasn't scared. He was just that stupid. He just wasn't scared. But yeah, when I was out here in 04 and 05, man, you know what I'm saying, there was some wild shit going on, and the late great Denny Green, I'll say this, and I'll continue to say this, but he's a great coach, but his supporting cast wasn't very great. And then when I came back out here in 09, we had some kind of weird, befuddled, not really educated, ready for the loud on application type cats, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Adams, we're in luck. We have someone else joining us. Oh, he's even got his draped up and dripped out from the valley. It's the founder of casualsports.com, KSR.
Yes!
And he is joining us. Earl, we appreciate you jumping on the stream and just in time. So, Earl, I'm going to throw it to you to start here. You can see the question on the board.
Earl, first of all, Earl is darker than me.
Yeah, Earl, right. But listen, are
you going to sound like this when you talk?
Yeah, Earl, you need some light, baby. You need some light.
Yeah. And when Earl is mad, it is classic. It is just classic rant. I'm just going to sit and chill.
Business. So, all right. So, fellas, look. They BG, they fire Cliff, 28-37-1 in 4 seasons, and Steve Kind steps down. He's not going to be the GM. Maybe he comes back in another capacity with the front office, whatever. Earl, in your mind, what is the path forward for the Bidwells? Is it higher? You got Sean Payton sniffing around. I'm throwing this question on the screen to you. What are your thoughts on this whole shenanigans thus far?
Oh man, you really want to know what I think? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
We can hear you. Hell yeah.
Michael
Yes, we
Bidwell, please, Michael Bidwell, sell the team. Let's get a competent owner in here to be able to know how to make moves in the NFL to make a successful football team. You look like a freaking idiot giving two dudes you knew were not competent to do jobs, fat ass contracts, and on Black Monday you already firing them both. Come on, man. That just makes you look incompetent as an organization. You just look just downright stupid. So if I'm Michael Bidwell, too much embarrassment in this. I'm selling this bad boy. Somebody want this thing? Come get it.
Wow. Mr. Adams, what are your thoughts?
Wow.
I think my brother Casual E oftentimes gets a little bit too riled up. But I think there is something to be said about letting somebody stay in their position for way too long. And we're talking about Steve Keim. I know there's been speculation out there that I don't want to touch on with Keim, but either way, one of the things that we often could talk about was the questions that would come up after his drafts. Yes, I know Myjai Sanders seems to be doing well, and so we see some things in terms of with Isaiah Simmons and with Zaven Collins, but there's oftentimes, what are we addressing? Are we addressing those issues on the offensive line, defensive line, that type of thing? So there have been some questions as we've gone through, and so because of that doesn't give you the confidence that this person is going to build the team into a contender, a playoff contender or a Super Bowl contender and all that stuff. So their change was coming for sure.
But seriously though, Jay, I mean, it's a track record that's there. That's not just this year. We talk about a track record of what the owner from the top has done down to GM to coach to wherever. It's the owner first. Because think about it, like I said, I'm not trying to down Steve Keim. Steve Keim's a good dude. He's done some good things. But Steve Keim has been in the organization for 20 plus years, and he is the exact same thing that's always in place when everything is going bad. So if you can't find a new GM, a new whatever at that time, I mean, he should have did that new GM move a long time ago. So it's a track record, man. It's not just this year. Let me throw this to JB then, Earl. So Javon and him are talking about the path forward, but JB, in your mind's eye, I mean, hey, they got permission to talk to Sean Payton, and we know what he did with Drew Brees. So JB, I mean, who do you think that they hire to really elevate this thing like these guys are talking about?
Well, I believe that we need a veteran a veteran head coach. Sean Payton is going to be the guy in my eye, right? Now, if we go get a young buck, so again, I'm going to say Sean Payton or Lovie Smith, to be completely honest with you, right? I love what Lovie Smith does to football teams.
Wow, okay.
We look at the Texans. They gave them scraps, and he made Thanksgiving dinner, right? Every week these guys were ready to play. Every week they were competitive. They were disciplined, right? And those are all the things we need as an Arizona Cardinals football team. Talent-wise, I'm not going to bang on Steve like that, right? Because draft-wise, how many teams actually get it right, right? How many times get it right draft day? You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't many of them. So the draft is always a roll of the dice. Now, as far as addressing needs, I'm a believer in draft for necessity, right? So you draft for what you need, right? You bring in free agents to fill gaps to help you win. That's just what you do. And again, I plan on being a general manager one day, so hopefully we'll, you guys see me.
Go ahead, bro.
You guys see me put me in my shit in action. But that's what I believe. You draft for necessity and you bring in free agents to help you win, right away. So he just didn't do that. Now, he brought in a lot of talent, and that's what general managers do. They bring talent to your team. The problem is of course, we went out and we tried to follow a trend and hired a young coach who we thought had potential, and we fucked up. Period. Right? Steve and Mike are best friends. Let's get that right from the jump. Okay? That's why he stayed in that position so long. We wish him well. Javon, I'm gonna talk to you later because I want to know what the fuck you talking about. And then You know what I'm saying? As far as that goes, head coach wise, we need a veteran, solid head coach. It ain't got to be Peyton. Again, like I said, Lovie Smith's out there. We just need somebody who's going to bring discipline to that Cardinal football team because we got talent. You add a couple more pieces, we're competitive immediately.
Perfect. Mr. Adams, to what JB kind of led us to, do you think are making other up on contracts that they might not be sure about? And now you're sniffing around, of course, it's pre-draft chatter. You know how that goes, but D-Hop potentially get moved. He's got 2 years, $34 million on his contract. So, Mr. Adams, I mean, do you think the Cardinals really making a lot of major overhauls to this roster? As JB always says, it's a my guy league, and if they get a new guy in there, some of these guys might not be that guy's guy. So, what do you think about this roster going into the offseason?
I think we could definitely expect an overhaul when it comes to the roster. For as aggressive as that, whoever comes in, whether the GM or the coach or the combination thereof. Because if you have assets to be able to try to, because you got somebody coming in, it doesn't matter if it's a sports team or if it's a work office. You come in and you look and see who can I get rid of to be able to try to take this to the next level to show that I mean business. And I think that's when you look at D-Hop, I mean, his contract, you've heard about that. Draft picks, I mean, it can be it's always a tricky proposition because if you, let's say you bring in a Peyton or you bring in whoever it is, and you give them the opportunity to be able to reshape the roster, you're putting faith in whomever that is. And so you're hoping that they make the right decisions. Because when they come in, they say, I want you to give me the ability to make these right decisions. And so you're hoping that they don't mess you up and set you further back. But yeah, there has to be some changes because as it stands, we know that the quarterback is not going to be available, let's say, for OTAs. Maybe he'll be available for the beginning of the season. But installing the new offense, installing the new defense, depending on, if Vance Joseph is retained or, whatever the case may be, there's going to be a lot of overhaul. So you kind of have to tear it down a little bit to be able to build it up. It's almost like taking one step back to take 2 or 3 steps forward if you look at it that way.
Right. No, it's that. I mean, that's a good way of kind of putting a bow on it. I mean, Mitch, you being outside observer, I mean, do you think that, number one, do you think that they should move someone like D-Hop in favor of gathering assets to kind of reshape the team and whoever the new coach / coach GM, whatever it is, vision? Or do you think someone like D-Hop is worth keeping, though he might be looking for an extension? I mean, Mitch, specifically for D-Hop, what are your thoughts on him?
Specifically for D-Hop, I think you got to keep him. I think he's a great security blanket. He's a great confidence booster for your quarterback. I think any team would love to have him, and they would definitely pay more than the Cardinals paid to get him. But at the same time, I think you can do anything with D-Hop, and I think it'll help any coach out at the end of the day. So you got to keep him. There's other players you can move on from, but I don't think he's one of them.
So
okay.
the problem with having
go ahead, Jay.
The problem with having a D-Hop is that, he's going to cost you a whole lot of money, right? And when you're trying to make sure, since your team is better, right, you have to get rid of the superstar. Yeah, he's a great security blanket, but at the same time, he was a great security blanket in Cliff's offense, right? So, yeah, you can do a lot with him. He is a very versatile player at the same time, but he's getting older, right? He's costing a whole lot of money, right? You can get younger players in, and if you have a different mind, like the Sean Payton, who preaches spreading the ball around, it's a little different story, right? So that the cap is important at this point. We got to make sure that we free up some money, and that's what D-Hop is. D-Hop he's going to be a cap casualty. That's just is what it is, right? How many times did Fitz restructure his contract to stay here, right? Let's just keep it on. How many times did Brady restructure his contract to stay in New England, right? So when you want to win, you're gonna do what you need to do to stay where you're at because you're winning, or you just want to have longevity at that team. So, I don't know what Hop's mindset is. I mean, Hop might, he might surprise us all and be like, I want to stay here. I like this team. I want to roll with it. And so restructure my contract to make sure everything's straight. We pay some people to come in here and help us out. So we'll see.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Now, Earl, let me throw this to you. You were shaking your fist at the Bidwells. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Cocaine Cliff and Kime's health issues and all that stuff. But
Cocaine Cliff,
Earl, in your mind, the biggest on-field talent needs for the 2023 season. Where do you look at this roster? You say or free agency, or damn it, we pull some. Who needs to fill some of these gaps? You got JJ retiring. I mean, that Kyler's going to be out for an extended period of time, probably into the regular season. So what do you look as far as on-field talent needs, Earl, for the 2023 season?
It's pretty simple. Guys. This is not science. This is no take rocket science. It's pretty simple. You go take everybody from Georgia and everybody from Alabama's offensive line, and you go put every asset you got in that, and you get those dudes. That's what you need. You don't need anything else. You got talent. You got running backs. You got receivers. You got tight ends up the yin yang. You got we got B Murph coming back on the outside. All these corners will be coming back. You have everything you need. You need to make your quarterback comfortable. Kyler is still playing the position, not trusting what's in front of him. He's not trusting to look downfield because he's looking at that rush first, and he's bailing out that pocket as soon as something comes back there. So offensive line, if they screw this up, it can't get no easier than this. Offensive line, period.
Oh, he invoked the Hogs, JB.
I'm going to double down on that, right? Offensive line and defensive line, right? If we've learned anything from the teams that have had great success in this league, right? The Ravens, have had longevity success. The Steelers, I know they hadn't had, much success this year, but long-term success, right? Anytime they've been good, they've had hellified defensive lines and hellified offensive lines, right? And any team that we can think of, with the exception of, like the Rams, like last year. But defensive line for them, right? Their defensive line was dominant. Offensive line, not so much. They got by, right? San Francisco right now, offensive line, steady as they come, right? Defensive line, nasty as shit. Address the trenches, and everything else takes care of itself.
That's it.
I've been saying it for years, goddammit.
Yeah,
you have.
Hey, well, let me ask you if you don't
be
mind.
The new GM.
Yes, I was just about to say, if you don't mind, Ben, I want to ask JB, when you have these guys that you have to bring in, all this front line, defensive line, offensive line, whatever it may be, do you think that Michael might be putting too much of his hand into this thing, or there should be one dude that's going to be responsible for the talent that's coming in here, and it should be a guy that's football oriented like Sean Payton? You think one guy should do this, or should it be a co-host of three heads again?
I know for a fact that Mike doesn't have a lot to do with what happened with their football team, right? Steve and and Cliff at that point, had more to do with who came into their football team, and they really put a lot of trust and onus in Cliff and saying who he wants for his offense, right?
Okay.
They put that trust in him because they hired him, right? Mike is not, like you got to like walk down the hall to go see Mike, right? Mike isn't, and I trust me when I say, and I know how that building is made. You got to walk down the hall to see Mike, right? Mike and the GM's office are probably about 15 yards apart, right? They're not side by side, right? So you got to walk down the hall to go see Mike, right? So he's not, when coaches have meetings, when GMs have meetings, so and so, he's not in that shit, right? When he has to step in, there's a problem, right? That's the way that he runs that team. So he's not Jerry Jones, right? He don't have his hands he ain't got his hands in the hamburger meat. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's letting the chef do what the chef do. But going forward, we just need, the problem is this, Cliff. The problem was Cliff the whole time. The problem was Cliff because they entrusted this man. They put too much trust in him, and they tried to bring in or let him bring in what he needed for, again, his offense. Like, So again, we had too much talent on that team, right? You can hurt players. You can hurt players by doing certain things. You have to cater to what you have. And that was Cliff's problem. He didn't understand how to do that because he had a run-first offensive line, right? Period. Like they weren't put together to be fucking throwing the ball 45 times. That's just not who they were. There's no knock on them. You cater to your strengths. And he didn't do that because he wasn't a fucking good coach. So you get a coach that understands that. You have to address the O&D line, right? We need a couple key components. That's it. We probably need 5 key free agents. And we could be
right. Can I add one more thing to that? To piggyback real quick. Things that you said they need and needs. Bring in a quarterback guru that will get Kyler to the next level. Period.
Okay.
You need somebody to slap the shit out of him.
Well, gentlemen, you're taking me there, and I'm going to throw this to Mitch. Oh, Kyler with the injury. Lord knows he's got a headset right on, downloading the newest version of Call of Duty Warfare. Head is not in the playbook, not in his iPad. So, Mitch, the final question of State of the Birdgang: can the organization trust that Kyler Murray will have a productive offseason in rehabs from an injury?
Yeah, can they trust
or is he going to be screaming through it by a bazooka? Mitch, what's the future for Kyler?
I mean, from what I know about these rehab things, you can do both. Like, you can rehab and then go and scream at Call of Duty and blow people up. So, yeah. I mean, I think it'll be a productive offseason for him. He knows he's in deep crap right now. I think you can trust him.
The one thing I'm gonna say again, the one thing I'm gonna say again about Kyler Murray, you know what I'm saying, is the kid has won at every level of football he's ever played at. Right? That's something to be said. Right? That means he's not out there just fucking around. Right? The kid wants to win. Right? So I said it when he got hurt. Of course, you don't wish injury upon nobody, but he needed something to humble his ass. Right? And I tell people all the time, you know what I'm saying, you might not be a believer in God, but when you get too high on your motherfucking horse, it'll knock you off that motherfucker. Right? And that's basically what happened to Kyler. It was freak. Like, if you watch the play over and over again, tell me where you hurt his knee.
Contact. Yep.
Right? Tell me what. He didn't even. He wasn't even juking like that. He wasn't even like side to side like that. Right? This was a
humbling gave a body fake and just stumped his leg in the ground and boom.
This is humbling. It's gonna humble him, right? He has to learn from this and understand you're not invincible, right? And understand this, you're not expendable, right? He needs to focus on what's going on and see. Like, Jameis Winston was the best bet for the fucking Saints. Did he play this year? No.
Nope.
Right? No, he didn't. Right? He didn't. So I think this is going to humble this kid. And of course, yeah, you're right, E. You know what I'm saying? Javon is right. And Mitch is right. And Benny's right, because Benny said it too. This kid needs someone to come in and say, look, you little motherfucker, this is what we're going to do. Period. We're going to throw the ball on the field because we know you like to show your arm off. We know the little man syndrome. We know you like to show how big your arm is, right? Your arm, right? So, and then you're going to throw the ball down the field, but we're going to throw these 15s, 10s, check downs, run when you need to. We're focusing on offensive efficiency, motherfucker.
Yes.
Right? This is what wins NFL football games. And if you buy in, son, the sky's the limit.
I'm gonna be the one to throw salt in this whole game because you gotta start asking the question, is Kyler that guy that can run a system outside of a spread offense that he's run all his life? I don't know if he can be that guy that's going to take the ball under center, under center like a traditional quarterback and drop back and do Sean Payton's offense. I don't think that's that dude. I really don't.
So here's the thing about Sean Payton. Sean Payton is an offensive genius. So Sean Payton is going to, if we're talking hypothetical, if Sean Payton becomes the guy, Sean Payton is going to cater that offense to Kyler's strengths. Right? I was a firm believer that our base formation should have been spread with a running back on his right side at all times. Right? Even if
shotgun, we go shotgun or no shotgun.
Yep, shotgun. You can bring that running back right back in, and you can run your whole offense through that. Right? You can. That's the NFL right now.
Yep. And Mitch made a good point in the chat. Sean Payton really did kind of evolve his offense with Drew Brees over time, and he knows how to work with quarterbacks of that body and skill set, and really like JB's illustrated. It's and Earl, you said too much a talent thing is mindset thing. He needed to get humbled. He's the offseason. Mr. Adams, last word on K1. Last word on K1.
Look, man, you mentioned that he should be humbled enough to be able to accept that coaching, whomever that person is. But that is the question mark, because you would think that given this, I will do whatever I need to do to be able to make sure that I am there for my teammates, or even to be able to prove to the naysayers that I can go above and beyond. And that's what I'm not so sure about, because I just don't know if I think there will still be things that he'll say, but I don't want to do that. But I don't. And that's where my hesitancy comes in.
Okay, well said. Well, that's a nice way to put a bow on it. Our brothers in arms from Casual Sports Arizona, the Believe Podcast Network, joining us. Earl, please plug all the shows on the network, where people can find everything,
Absolutely.
all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Please do.
Absolutely. All the shows are on the network throughout the week, 24 hours a day. JB Benny Blue Review. We got, of course, Ed Smith and my man Javon Adams on Easy Sports Talk. Myself and Mitch will be back on air at some point after the Super Bowl. I got too much going on with the damn Super Bowl right now. But I would love to get every one of you guys' shows to come out to our Super Bowl week and do a show on Radio Row if I get that going. So I want all to do that thing on Radio freaking Row.
Let us know.
Say less, because this thing gonna go the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Say less, bro. Hey, and Javon, listen, Javon, you need to shoot me a DM with what the fuck you were just talking about with Steve Kime, right?
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, do that. Because I want to know. I want to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I didn't want to speak on it like that. I'll shoot you a text.
Yeah, shoot me a DM. Yeah, shoot me a text and let me know what's going on.
I'll shoot you a text, Negro. I ain't scared.
Don't be scared.
No, I got you.
Hey, I missed that. You got to fill me in on that one. What did I miss?
Hey, send the Earl too.
Plug your shows real quick.
You ain't as fresh as me. That's what you missed.
I said I missed what he was saying on that, so you got to fill me in on that one.
Plug your shows, goddammit! Plug your 8,000 shows, Mr. Adams.
Yeah, Casual Sports Radio Network. .com. Go there and check us out. All these shows are on there. You know where to go.
We got it all on there. So whether it's Believe, whether it's Easy Sports Talk, all that stuff. So we rock it. Catch it.
Beautiful. Well, those are our guys, Earl, Casual, E. Burnett, Love Eds. You can catch them all where they have all their shows streaming live and direct. Shout out to Howard Dade. And you can check them out on casualsports.com. Gentlemen, we appreciate you. We will probably see you, it sounds like, on we appreciate you, Jets. Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all have a good one, man.
Thanks, guys.
I appreciate you rocking with us. All right. Those are our guys. From casualsports.com. Let's go ahead and pay some bills real quick, man. Valley.association.com and use code podcast22 for 20% off your order at checkout. And of course, make sure to tap in with our guy. It's timtobuy.com. Text review to 515-444-7003 or DM him on Instagram or Facebook, and he will get you into the car of your dreams. All right. Speaking of it's timtobuy.com, JB, he's given us a question. So we saw, we ain't even going to talk about the game because, Texas, Georgia straight thrashed TCU. But JB, Tim asked, what quarterback would you rather have next season, Lamar Jackson or Stetson Bennett? It's Tim out of Des Moines.
For what?
I think for next season.
What?
Next season.
For what team? For Baltimore?
Just in general.
Hey, man. Listen, Lamar
This
Jackson
is the
is the
question.
most
Who would
dynamic.
you rather have? You're the GM of a team. Who'd you rather have?
Listen, Lamar Jackson is the most dynamic quarterback in the NFL still right now, right? I'm taking Lamar Jackson. Stetson Bennett is doing well. He's doing great things. He's progressed. They're the same age. I get it, right? But I mean, no, I'm taking Lamar. He's proven. The word is proven. He's proven. All right, so I'm taking Lamar.
Yeah, I agree, Tim. I mean, I think that Stetson Bennett did well in a system where he was surrounded by absolute, dogs, pun intended. But if he's in a situation where he's not dealing with the best of the best, like a lot of other quarterbacks that can come from the SEC, it isn't always green lights when they get to the next level. Lamar can do it with his arm, with his legs. He will get that bag. He will get healthy. I don't know if he's going to come back for this game, which we're going to talk about, but I would rather take Lamar as well. So there it is, Savage Hotline. You always get us 818-850-2804, and we'll pitch my kitties. They beat the Packers in Lambeau 20-6. The cheese eaters from the playoffs.
Oh,
so, Mitch, in your opinion, taking a look at the way the Kitties finish 8-2, is the future bright for the Kitties? On the flip side, Mitch, is Rodgers done in Green Bay? What are your thoughts on that, Kitties?
There's nothing I hate more than the tradition of talking about is Rodgers done. I'm so tired of this. He's staying in Green Bay another year. He's going to go and throw a fit like a little kid. He's going to get what he wants somehow. I don't know how. He'll get it. And he'll be a Green Bay Packer again. That's how this works. We've done this for 4 years. Can we get over it?
Okay, well, let's talk about something positive. What about my Kitties? What are your thoughts about my Kitties finishing 8-2 after going 1-6?
I mean, like midway through the season, did I think they were going to finish that record? No, but that was kind of our preseason bets at the end of the day. Like, I'm not too shocked about it. I'm happy that they beat the Packers at the end so they could actually finish second in their division. That was kind of cool. But at the end of the day, they Lions. Like, they found a way to Lion. At the end, they gave you hope. They crashed at the end.
Yes. Lions. Yeah, but Mitch, to be fair, I mean they were already out of it before the game was even played. So it's not like they gave us a ton of hope when they're actually in the game because they're already out. All they could do is pour water on the Packers' cake, cheesecake.
Do you want me to say that God made you Lions? I don't know what you're trying to get me to say here. At the end of the day, the Lions still Lions. Life made the Lions lion.
Okay, they tripled their win total. So
tripled.
They tripled the win total. Come on now, JB, talk to him.
When we did our preseason stuff, all 6 of us went on there and expected this. Like, Mitch, congratulations.
Come on, Mitch. Like, show some love, Mitch. I mean, I get it. I understand your Titans fucked up, right? They burned you. I get it, right? And you're bitter. It's okay, right? You're bitter, right? But listen.
I don't know where you... Okay, here. You know what? We'll do it this way. Okay?
We're gonna listen. We're gonna pay.
You almost
almost. Is this always the shade? This is the shade.
You got
all the shade. Whoa, we understood, right?
I'm proud of them.
They understood the assignment, right?
For me, though, I'm not the overjoyous person. I'm not going to
really
come here
not the overjoyous person, right?
Of everything and disappear. What do you want?
If we brought you a bottle of Everclear, you'd probably jump for joy, right? So listen, the Kitties out. The Kitties out-kicked their coverage, baby. They did great. Right, and you're right, Mitch. We called it. We all called it. We said, look, by the mid-season, end of the season, they're going to be a dangerous-ass team. Going forward, next year, they're going to be a nasty-ass, dangerous team because they do it. And they've done it. Since Campbell's been a head coach, they fill needs, right? And they instill their beliefs and their programs, you know what I'm saying, and their offensive mindset, defensive mindset, special team mindset, biting kneecaps and licking fucking whatever they're licking, and they're doing it.
Kitties.
They're doing it. All right. So they're going to be a dangerous team next year. Aaron Rodgers, last game played in Green Bay.
Oh, that's right. He just sprinkled that in there. Oh, Rodgers. Oh.
He'll be a Raider next year.
Done. For the AFC South title 20-16. Do you think the Jags can make a run? And then the Titans fired 4 assistant coaches, including second-year OC Todd Downing, had been promoted after 2021. So, Mitch, first, do you think the Jags can make a run? And then follow up with the Titans if you could.
No, I'm going to do this in a different order because this is where I'm at right now. Thank you for firing Todd Downing. Thank you. Second off, no, I don't think the Jags make a run. And then back to the firing of the Titans for assistant coaches. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. And just for clarification, the Titans fired offensive coach Keith Carter, JB on line 1. Secondary coach Midget? Is his last name? Okay. And offensive skills assistant Eric Frazier. So they're cleaning house on offense. JB, do you think the Jags can make a run?
Yes, the Jags are a good football team. And we talked about Dougie P, right? I don't know why. I watched the game last week, you know what I'm saying, with them whooping who they played last week. Right. Dougie P, right? They kept talking about Trevor Lawrence. Let's talk about Dougie P, because he's the fucking reason why Trevor Lawrence is so good right now, right? Because he's not throwing the ball down the field. He's throwing those intermediate passes, digs, comebacks. He's running when he needs to, right? But he still got that arm talent to put that bitch 60 yards down the field in a bucket, right? Dougie P. Hell yes, they do, right? Shout out to Briston Buckner, you know what I'm saying, the defensive line coach, and defense is playing hellified ball right now.
Our guy.
Yes. They have a chance to make a run in the AFC. Fucking right.
I love it. Now, JB, speaking of teams that have been cooking with it's the EAG. When we went 20 for 35, 229, no TDs, and an interception. JB, do you think Jalen Hurts is going to be healthy enough for the Eagles to make a legit Super Bowl run?
Jalen Hurts is fine, bro. Jalen Hurts is fine. It's the playoffs. It's week 19, if you will, right? Everybody hurt. Everybody banged up. He'll be fine, right? He's going to be fine. But we see what happens, you know what I'm saying, when he comes back in the lineup. They were going to get everything the Giants had, right? And they did, right? Even with a backup quarterback with the Giants, it don't matter. They were going to get everything the Giants had, you know what I'm saying? And they did. And they won. And the Giants didn't score no damn points to the third fucking quarter, you know what I'm saying? After adjustments and so on and so forth. But again, Philly found a way to win, held on to win. Jalen Hurts will be fine. Philadelphia is still the team to beat in the NFC.
Okay. Mitch, what you think?
I agree with everything JB said. I think they got the bye week. They're going to be fine. They're going to heal. They're going to have a game plan. They'll be good to go. Okay.
And Mitch, keeping it in your division, the Texans beat the Colts by the hair of their chinny chin chin. JB and I both the Texans 32-31, and they lost the number 1 pick to the Bears. And of course, immediately before the guy can't even take a shower, LaffTracks is fired after one season, 3-13-1. Mitch, do you think LaffTracks, who had these guys playing hard despite their talent, do you think he was a scapegoat, a sacrificial lamb for them losing the number 1 pick?
No, they were going to fire him no matter what he did. Like, we all talked about this, how he wasn't going to be a long-term guy. He was already a sacrificial lamb before he could be sacrificed. So I can't say that him losing, like, whether he got the number 1 pick or he lost the number 1 pick, he was going to get fired. They already have another person. They're just waiting until the team's a little bit better to hire that person, whoever it is.
So, from what I understand, you know what I'm saying, LaffTracks kind of, he saw the writing on the wall, right? So, and when they had the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to tie the game up to go in overtime, LaffTracks was like, yeah, go over 2. Right? So, Lovey knew what the hell it was. Lovey was like, oh, the Bears get the number 1 pick. The Bears, all right, you know what I'm saying? We know Lovey's a Bear for life, you know what I'm saying? He had great success over there with the Bears. Shout out to Lovey. All right, get you another head coaching job, man.
Oh, there it is. And finally, with the recap, Black Monday hit. The Browns fired their DCs. They fired their OC. Got Turner. DC Don Pease retired. So Man, I mean, JB, are you? I mean, what's the deal? Are the commies on line one? What do we got to do to get you a job? We got a campaign for you? Put up ads, billboards?
Hey man,
what the fuck?
look, do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you got to do, right? But this is what happens, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the Browns case, where the DC gets fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got too much talent to not have a great defense. That's 2+2, right? Obviously, Deshaun Watson likes whoever the offensive coordinator is, you know what I'm saying, because he's still there, because Deshaun Watson their future, and rightfully so. The kid's talent, you know what I'm saying. We know he's going to be great next year. So when the Browns bring a DC that can put all that talent together, off season, and he's going to be good. When they bring in a DC that can put all that talent together, the Browns going to be a nasty ass team in the North again next year, the AFC. So other than that, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, the commies fire OC. Hey, you got to figure out somebody who's going to come in and again cater to strengths. You know what I'm saying? The Jets fire OC. Well, you know what I'm saying? Rightfully, you know what I'm saying? They got a whole lot more things to worry about. And the Rams OC, you know what I'm saying, leaves. Right? Well, I mean, we understand Sean McVay is basically, you know what I'm saying, the driving force of that. And then, of course, he left for a head coaching job in Kentucky.
I think so. If that makes
ain't nothing,
right.
ain't nothing like SEC money, baby. You know what I'm saying? Up out of there. All right. So, and then the Falcons DC, Dean Pease, aka Dean Pease, 85,000 years old. Dean Pease, yeah, motherfucker, you need to retire. Right? The fuck? You still 137 years old, still coaching football? Man, get your ass fuck out of here, man. I see young cats make some of this money, man. You know what I'm saying? So, it's what it is, man. That's the NFL, man. Turnover.
All right, there it is. All right, before we get into our savage picks for Wild Card Weekend, we didn't get to do this last week due to technical difficulties, but we are going to be introducing a brand. Mitch, we know Mitch has been working really hard on this. So without further ado, it's the playoff edition of Mitch's Theory of Suckativity. That's right, for the NFC and the AFC.
Look at Mitch in the corner. Look
at Mitch in the corner. Oh, my God. All right, Mitch, you have 4 teams in these playoffs. And we're going to start it off right now. With you have a couple. I'm actually really looking forward to you trying to defend your pick. So the first one that you have for your theory of suckativity is a number 3 seed, the Bengals. They face the Ravens in back-to-back games here for the wild card matchup. Why are you applying the theory of suckativity to the Bengals, Mitch?
Well, I don't have it for this. Well, first off, I want the do music next time, please. I would thank you.
Okay,
I think it would fit perfectly.
It's well deserved too. Right?
Yeah.
But it's a divisional game. It doesn't really matter who's going to start. Doesn't matter any of that. I have more faith in the Ravens coach to figure this out, and it's back-to-back games. The second time's always extremely difficult to win. I think Ravens can pull this one off. I really do. I think Bengals are a great team. I think Ravens are a well-coached team. I think Ravens win it.
Okay. Moving on in the NFC, the number 3 Vikings, who have been up and down in the latter part of the season, they finished 13-4 after starting hot and getting real cold through the end of the season.
I kind of broke up there. I'm going to see me finish there. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. While I think they win this game, and it's a good story for the Giants with the, they haven't made the playoffs since OBJ's boat adventure. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. At any point in time, he's going to lose. He ain't going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree. Mr. Kirk Cousins, Cole's cash. All right. Now, on the other side, you also picked the Ravens for the theory of suckativity. They're facing Jackson. So why is a theory of suckativity applied to the Ravens, Mitchell?
Once again, not this week. Same with the Vikings. I was kind of pulling this one out. I don't think they have enough talent on that team to go all the way. I think they have enough talent to go and win their first week. And then I don't know, I guess at number 6, they would face, I don't know who they would face at this point, but they're not going to go and beat the number 2 team, I think. Or whoever wins that week. There's just not enough talent. Lamar, you're a great quarterback, but sorry.
Yeah, so whoever wins that game is going to have to face the winner of the Dolphins and the Bills, and of course the Chiefs have the bye, and they're awaiting the winner of the Chargers and the Jaguars. And finally, JB, cover your ears. It's a surprise one. It's the number 1 seed Eagles, 14-3. They have the bye, and they'll face the winner of the Cowboys and the Bucks. Mitch, why in God's name have you applied the theory of succativity to JB's drafting team?
Sorry, JB. I think Eagles are a great team, very good, talented, a very consistent team. Once again, we're going to go divisions. I think Cowboys beat the Bucks. I don't think that's the most surprising guess in the world. Maybe some people have the Bucks. And then it's a divisional game. And I think the Cowboys are a wild shot. Like, they can either go and score 7 touchdowns on you, or they can throw 7 interceptions on you. I think the Cowboys go and pull this one off, upset the Eagles after their bye week, maybe a little too complacent with their bye week thing, and yeah, I think they lose.
Okay, there it is. Well, you can tell us in the comments, you can tell us on social media if you agree with Mitch's theory of succativity for these 4 teams, 2 in the NFC and the AFC. I love it. You said to stand up on it. All right, we're burning the midnight oil, so we're not going to waste any more time. But before we get into some wild card weekend picks, we have to see how we did after 18 weeks of regular season football. And with a drum roll, please. JB's at 156, 110-2, but yours truly is at 168, 99-2. Let's go over quickly right now. We both picked the Chiefs. We both picked Duval. We both incorrectly picked the Bucks. I correctly picked the Pats, while Bills, while JB picked the Pats. Both picked the Vikings. Both picked the Bungles. Both incorrectly picked the Chargers. My kitties got it done. We both picked the Texans, the Dolphins, the Panthers. JB correctly picked the Eagles. We both incorrectly picked the Browns. I correctly picked the Niners over the Birdgang. We both picked the Rams to beat the Squawks, and then the Cowboys to beat the Commies, and the Commies got it done to end their season. So that is it for some Week 18, a full regular season of picks, JB. I can't believe we're this far into the game, but damn it, it is playoff time right now with some wild card weekend savage picks. Let's go. First game up Saturday. It's the Niner game. Sprinkle me, man.
Bang,
They
bang.
are hosting the Squawks, JB, and bang, bang. And the line is 10 for the Niners and the Big Bell Bottom, JB.
I mean, I'm going to take San Fran, you know what I'm saying, just because they're home favorite, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to beat them. Seattle, you know what I'm saying? We understand what it is, you know what I'm saying? Defense wins championships, and San Fran's got a defense, right? It's going to take a miracle for Seattle to win that game.
Yes, I agree. I'm taking Frisco as well. Mitchell, who you got?
This is not the week that Purdy Fever dies, everyone. Purdy Fever remains for another week. Go 49ers.
Yes. I love it. All right, keeping it moving to the AFC. It's Duval. The Jaguars are hosting the Chargers, JB, and the line is 2 for the Chargers on the road. Who you got?
Duval, what you mean? The Chargers are so inconsistent, man, and it's going to show this game. Again, Duval hot, Dougie P, got him.
Okay, Mitchell, who you got?
Chargers. I got this with Chargers winning.
Chargers.
So I got the Jaguars winning in this one. However, I wish the Chargers would win, because if the Chargers win, that means they're not going to fire their coach. And if they lose, they're probably going to fire Brandon Staley. And unfortunately for the Cardinals, that means Sean Payton, his preferred choice is probably going to be to go to the Chargers. So that would suck if they get bounced in the wild card round. So I hope for the Cardinals' sake that the Chargers win. But I'm actually picking Duval in this.
We don't know what Sean Payton thinking.
Game. All right. Look, keep it moving here. It's a mafia, and they are hosting the Finns, and the 13 for the Mafia currently, and it might go up because Tua is not playing. JB, who do you got in this one?
Mafia, you know what I'm saying?
I got the Mafia as well. They might be rolling to a Super Bowl. Mitch, what do you think?
Yeah, Bills with no Tua, no chance.
Yep, we're all in agreement there. All right, hopefully this one doesn't cut out when I do this again, so it doesn't sound like a broken car horn, but it's the...
Please do.
Hey, we got it.
The Skull Vikings are hosting the G-Men, and the line is 3 for Minnesota at home. JB, the Skull Clap, what do you got?
G-Man. All right, G motherfucking men. I don't trust Kirk Cousins as far as I can throw his bitch ass, right? And I just feel like it's just time for Minnesota to fucking fall off. It is what it is.
I like it. Mitch, what do you got?
I agree with JB's logic for next week. I think they pull this victory off, though.
So you think you got the Vikings?
Yes, I got Vikings this week.
Ah, okay. Earl's coming in hot with the comments. This is another choke job by the Vikings. I am with you, Earl. I'm taking the G-Men to get past them. They're going to get bounced on divisional, but I am taking the G-Men in this one. All right, we talked about in theory of suckativity, JB. It's the Bungles hosting the, quote, the Raven Nevermore. And the line is a touchdown for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson unlikely to play, JB.
I got the Bengals. I don't know what the hell they think about.
Taking the Bengals. Mitch, what do you got?
Looking with the Ravens.
Oh! Taking the Ravens, with or without Lamar.
With or without, don't matter.
Everclear.
Wow. I like it. And Mitch is putting
Everclear.
He's bringing that Everclear with this one.
Everclear.
Oh, my God. And finally, man, it might be the jankiest matchup of the wild card. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting them. Ding up with them Cowgirls, them Cowboys. And the line is 2.5 for the Cowboys on the road, JB.
The Cowboys don't play well on grass. Tampa Bay, grass, right? Tom Brady, playoffs. Huh! Please. Dak Prescott throws 3 interceptions. Tampa Bay fucking wins the game.
Wow. I'm taking the Bucks as well. Some little Tampa Bay magic. And Mitch, this is your money-making playoff pick of the week. Why do you have the Cowboys and why do you have the 2.5, Mitch?
I can see in the future. I got this one. The last time Tom Brady was this miserable and upset, he lost to the Titans in the wild card and switched teams. This time, miserable upset, loses to the Cowboys, switches teams. I'm calling. He's
I love it. Well, we'll see who's right, who is wrong, who is both right, who is both wrong. And that's it. It's been a hell of a show. Before we get up out of here, it is time for Dr. Bridges to take us home with a little patented edition of We Need Us, Baby. Talk to the people, sir.
Damn it to hell. People are dying, right? People are fucking dying. I read a statistic the other day that's sad as shit. There have been 1,500 or more cardiac-related deaths in athletes since this fucking COVID thing has happened. And also, I'm saying COVID, I mean the shot, right? And all of these players were vaccinated, right? Or poked, as the people say, right? Just had a kid from Old Dominion fall out on the court the other day. He didn't die, thank God. And welcome home to Damar Hamlin. You know what I'm saying? We're glad that you're up and doing your thing, kiddo. Continue to get well. But just understand this, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, a slap hurts, but a punch hurts worse. So we got to continue to stay strong, continue to stand together against oppression, against tyranny, against all the bullshit that comes along with the man. All right? You're watching episode 245 of the JB and Benny Blue Review, man. I tell you this, man. You know what I'm saying? Follow us at JB and Benny Blue on all social media platforms, even TikTok. Yeah, even TikTok. We got all that too. You know what I'm saying? Get with us, you know what I'm saying? At JB and Benny Blue, of course, on TikTok. Our individual Instagrams is at 73. It's King JB73. Probably finna change that to the Megalodon, to be honest with you, because it's just easier to say. And then at Benny Blue Eyes, like it's always been, right? Straight like that. We live stream, you know what I'm saying? We just had our guy E on that thing, you know what I'm saying? And Javon Casualsports.com live streaming all the damn time in the Valley. You know what I'm saying? Catch us all the time in podcast form. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of podcast form, you want to hear some podcast form? You got $1. Mitch, you got $1? All right. We beg for $1. We beg for $1. Patreon.com/JB and Benny Blue for $1 damn. You know what I'm saying? You can hear this podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's good content, our melodious voices and all that good shit. $1 goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Sponsorship, interviews, new music, hate mail. It don't fucking matter. All right. JB and Benny Blue review at gmail.com. Get with us. Yeah, we do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Go to past episodes to see us reviewing music. You know what I'm saying? Giving live reactions and so on and so forth, man. Episode 245. We appreciate you guys. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tim the Buy. Shout out to the Valley Boys. You know what I'm saying? All them people down there.
Indeed.
Super Bowl coming up, man. We got some wild shit happening, man. Wild shit finna go on, man. Wild shit.
Yes.
I'm excited about it. Appreciate you, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Episode 245. We are out.
245. We appreciate you. We'll holler at you after Wild Card Weekend. Until then, be safe and enjoy some foosball. And we are out, people. Peace.